Alrighty, everyone, welcome on the Ghost Racing Network to Racers Elite and the big money event tonight. It's a one race, a lot of money, Talladega Superspeedway. This is going to be a battle for the ages. As always, welcome and brand new. First time here, I am Matt. You know, a lot of you know me from another channel. Tonight, I am going ghost over here with you guys. We're going to have a ton of fun with Racers Elite here tonight. What we're going to do real quick, we're going to roll to a commercial break. When we come back, we're going to tell you all about tonight's event as we get ready to go. Thank you, everyone, for coming out. We'll see you momentarily on the other side. Commercial break coming up.
The Lehigh Valley's premier entertainment venue, Wind Creek Event Center. The biggest names and hottest acts. The funniest comedians. The best in family entertainment. Don't just go to a show, experience it. Get a list of shows at windcreekeventcenter.com.
Alrighty, welcome back to Talladega Superspeedway as we finish up practice here tonight. And tonight is going to be so much fun. And in the booth with me, first time working together. This will be interesting. Mr. Jacob, how you doing, man?
I'm doing fantastic, and just like you said, Talladega Superspeedway, one of the fastest and most difficult tracks to tame tonight.
Yeah, man, this place will reach out and bite you in a hurry, right? If you're not careful, the big one lurks around every corner. And when you have money on the line, it ratchets up the intensity level, I would say, by tenfold to what you would normally see here.
Yes, sir. Money on the line, a full roster for tonight's race at Talladega Superspeedway. You're going to see them get three wide. You're going to see them bumping and banging all tonight long.
Yeah, that's going to be the hard part, right? How do you manage 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 wide at times, maybe possibly, and knowing you've got that big prize at the end of the day, and you don't want to risk it early on and make a mistake that can cost you at the end of this one. You know, we're going, 90 some laps here tonight? That's not a short amount of time at a plate track.
No, sir. And you're going to see two types of drivers tonight. You're going to be some of the ones that want to get up to the front as fast as possible, and then you're going to see the drivers that want to hang back and just let the race happen as it goes on in front of them. Those drivers move up to the front are either big movers. They're going to be the ones that are going to be causing a lot of jostling throughout this race.
And if you ask me, if it was my call, right, if I'm one of these drivers as we get qualifying underway here, I think I'm laying in the back for the first, 75, 80% of this event to get up there at the very end because, like you said, you can't win it on lap one, but you can lose it in a hurry on lap one of this race. And so I agree with you. I'm in the layback camp. Maybe you'd do something different. If you was out there, maybe you'd be in the go forward camp. Who knows?
Yes, sir. Usually, how I run these tracks, how I run super speedways, I always qualify. Depending where I qualify, I usually head to the back or stay where I'm at. Mostly, you're going to see those middle pack cars. That's where it's dangerous. Those middle pack cars will be some of the ones that head to the back, because that's where all the three wide racing is going to be at.
As you see qualifying underway right now, how much does qualifying matter at a place like Talladega? I don't know. I've asked myself that question multiple times over the years of doing this. Do you want to go out there, run a lap, or do you want to just kind of start in the back and do it that route?
It's truly a gamble, Matt. You could, if you believe you have the fastest car out there, I would say run a lap. But if you're not entirely sure, I wouldn't trust it. I wouldn't gamble it. I would stick with the gut and play it safe.
Yeah, and I agree with you, man. I think, me personally, I'm not going to go out there and run a lap and take a chance, right? I'm probably going to start in the rear and just hang out there. But to your point, if you've got a rocket, maybe you go out there and try to put it on the pole, stay out front all night. easier said than done, though, at a place where the field tends to yo-yo back and forth so much. You know, you can go first to 10th to 12th, back to first, back to 30th. Who knows who out tonight?
Yes, sir. Those single positions matter. No matter if you get left onto that outside for a single second, you are gone from first to last. That's how fast this draft is going to pick up, how fast this pack is going to be going. Cars are going to want to stay behind and in front of each other as much as possible.
Well, right now, Jordan A. Byers top of the board. Matt L. Cox there in second at the moment. Eric there in third. We're looking at a 53.154 quick time so far in qualifying. Pretty respectful time, if you ask me, for qualifying here tonight down in the 53.1 bracket. I think we could probably maybe see a 53.0, 52.9 here on the second lap, possibly. Probably not going to be much more than that.
Yeah, this is one of these hardest. Superspeedways are some of the hardest tracks to get a good qualifying run on. It's one of those things that takes a lot of testing, a lot of knowledge on where you want to place your car running these laps, and it's very difficult to set one of the fastest lap times there because all the cars are running the same kind of speed.
You see it right now, Jordan's still top of the board. We're starting to see the second laps, but we're still hanging around the 53.1 bracket. It hasn't really at all here.
No, sir. 53 looks like it's going to be that lead pace starting off. We might see in this qualifying run at least, but you know, once we get in this race going, they'll be setting 49s, 48s with that help from the...
Right. I agree. Now, I am noticing one thing. We signed up tonight with a full field, was signed in, paid, registered to go. However, we're looking about, I'm seeing, 27-ish actually here, 30-ish or so.
Yes, sir. It looks like some of them may have not made all the way into the session, or they decided to tap out. But we still have a pretty decent-sized field, not for a Talladega race tonight.
Well, what do you say this? We look at the payout, right? I got it on my end over here as well. $150 to win tonight. That's no joke.
No, sir. $150 to win. That is a big pot. These drivers, they are going to be fighting for that, especially when it comes down to these last few laps. They're going to be hustling to get to that front, especially the top three, as well as some other drivers outside the field potentially getting a payout. So at the end of the day, even if you don't have the best race, there's still a chance that you get that a little bit of a payment just for your fun there.
Yeah, not a bad deal. You get in here, you sign up, you run a Saturday night here at the Superspeedway, and you possibly walk out of here with $150 by the time the night's over. That's what everybody's goal would be, as John Higman Jr. going to take over what will be the top chart here tonight right now. That 60 ride, top of the board, 53.091. 53.091 with Jordan A. Byers, Kenny Copeland, and Mr. Matt L. Cox, and Jerry Walters right there. Davin, Andrew, and half there, Tony, and William Skinner all in the top 10. And I still have to argue something here. It don't have to be in the top 10 to win this, though. I still think I'd want to stay at the back.
Yes, sir. I would personally agree. The top 10 is probably going to be where the most of fighting is going to be at, if any fighting at all. Those middle pack cars to the rear, they might just settle in and let this thing ride out. But that top 10, the top 5 cars, they're going to be pushing for every inch of this track.
Or on the alternative strategy here, do we see the big one strike early? Everybody get out here, get after it, all antsy to go, 2 and 3 wide. We see a big one early, then the race calms down, and once it calms down, then we start to see the more calm, cool, and collected racing. Or it could go the other way, right? We could start up, no issue, go all the way through, not have the big one strike. But you know, in Alabama, the big one is just around every corner. Could strike anytime, anywhere, any place here tonight. And Robertson's still out there.
Few laps of the race.
Yep.
or will it be the last few laps? That's really what's going to determine. Or it could be in the middle of the race. Who knows? It's Talladega Superspeedway. It's not just a race. It's Talladega.
It's Talladega with money on the line.
That layers so much more to it.
Oh, man. I'm ready to go, man. We've got 2 minutes left to qualify here tonight. We've got a couple of vehicles still trying to qualify on Gilmore, Tucker, Nathan, William on track right now. Brandon Hunt on track. And we've actually got a couple more that have not qualified. It looks like by the time we're done, everybody was able to get in the session till the end of qualifying. Looks like we're going to wrap up here full field.
Yes, sir. Looks like we will have everyone here tonight. Especially, I'm right now on board with Paul, who's running his qualifying lap time, currently 12th in the standings.
What can you? I mean, do you really go out there and try to get even more out of it? You're kind of in that middle bee's nest zone, as I call it, if you're in the 12th spot here. I would personally want to be a little bit further up if I was going to qualify.
It's really like you said, these guys do have one fast repair, I believe, tonight, if I'm correct on that information. One fast repair. So it's really, do you want to gamble that early on in the race, or do you want to save it for until the very end? That's really what it comes down to.
I've always saved it. I've never been a fan of just gambling in the way early and going for it. You know, yes, you have it, but you don't necessarily want to use it. If you need to use it, it's there. But it's not a want to thing, right? You don't want to throw it away very early on and then realize late in the race, like, oh man, I probably shouldn't have done that.
Yeah, I completely agree with you there. I usually like to save it as much as I can. Like, even though you do have those moments where you get caught up in the big one, you can't avoid it. But trying to save it's going to be your best bet here tonight, especially with this money on the line. You want to be there till the very end for it.
Yes, sir. Well, we're 38 seconds away, man, to turning them loose. The last couple of cars on track just trying to get a lap in, coming through now. Man, it is about go time for Racers Elite here. This is going to be fun. Buckle your seat belts here on the Ghost Racing Network tonight. We're going to bring you through about 2 hours of action-packed thrill ride type of activity here this evening. And we are out of time for qualifying. For just like that, time will run out. And look at that, John Hickman Jr. going to wrap the pole here tonight. That is the best place to be, honestly. Out front, clear windshield to start this one.
Yes, sir. And him being the only Ford in the top 5, I just noticed, followed by a Chevy and then 3 Toyotas there. And there's only 3 Fords in the top 10 in the starting of this race, Matt.
Yeah, and I don't know how much the manufacturer help is going to be there tonight. You know, these guys normally don't run with each other. It's not like a league scenario. Well, it'll be interesting to see what I would call teammates kind of form throughout the race, right? Not going to have any starting out. Still have them.
Yes, sir. And as you know, those Fords, especially, they're one of the better cars when it comes to pushing. I know they've upgraded the Toyota for that exact moment, but I still believe the Fords are some of the better Cup cars at the super speedways.
You take a look at John Hickman Jr. on the pole. Jordan A. Byers to his outside there, row number 2. Coming your way, that's William alongside Brandon Beakey there as well. Row at number 3, Kenny Copeland and Matt L. Cox. Row number 4, give it to Jerry Walters and Rick Tucker there in that 4th row. Row number 5, Gregory Robertson and Devin going to start alongside the 24 machine. Andrew St. Cour there in 11th. And, of course, Andrew Hift there right behind him. Great to see him out there, good qualifying. Everett rolling off 12th. Tony Brent and Mr. Paul Gilmore there in 14th. Nathan William Skinner there in row 8, row 9, Adam Dell, and Jacob Plank right there in row 9. Row number 10, Jason Burdick and Mr. Richard there as well, and we will let the rest kind of scroll through as we talk about the strategy call that you're going to have to make here early. All right, we talked about the staying back, but the one thing we haven't talked about is fuel and tires that you're going to have to manage here.
Yes, sir. Those fuel and tires is what can get you to the end of this race, Matt. And the way I see it is I usually like to follow the leader. When I'm racing these super speedways, I'm not great with strategy, Matt. I've never been really good with strategy. I usually play follow the leader and see when he goes, I go.
We got a problem, Captain. Somebody's not going here on the pace lap, and we got them stacked up. The 5 car is not rolled off yet, and we are stacked up right now. Nose to tail. That's William. Now start. Oh, we got more problems. Somebody blinked and got rear-ended. That's not good. Because the problem there being you got a fast repair. But I am 99.9% sure these guys didn't want to use it right there rolling off.
Is one way to start the race. You don't want to be starting the race off already with damage, especially at super speed, that'll affect your draft going when we get this green flag out.
So, I wonder what actually happened there. Maybe the 5 wasn't that. Maybe the wheel didn't work, gas pedal didn't work, some type of equipment, and there you go, race control. Making a wise decision there. They're extending it a lap here. We're going to have to get these guys back in order and kind of deduce who has damages. This is...
Yeah. That 5 car, I'm trying to look at it, see if it has any damage on the rear end. I can't really see anything at all. I didn't really see much of what happened there, Matt, so I'll let you take over on the whole incident in the start of this race.
Well, it kind of was just a stack up, man. The 5 didn't go, and there was a good 5, 6 vehicles there. Didn't exactly get all the numbers. They had to maneuver their way around, and in the part of doing that, unfortunately, a couple of them did make some front bumper to rear bumper contact. I don't think it was that difficult or hard that it would have caused any major issues or concerns, but definitely not what we expected to see here in Talladega.
No, sir. Starting off the pace laps with a little scuffle there is not what you want to do, but we're getting ready here. We're going down the 1 lap to green here, so we're getting ready to go green flag racing for money racing at Talladega.
All right, now we got to take all this energy we got, right, rebound it up. We thought we were going last time, didn't work out due to a minor hiccup. Now this time, field will roll, and guess what? It will be time to go green flag here. Looking back through the field, well, I wonder how you feel if you're back in this packing. Well, I thought we were going, had a mishap, and now we had to extend the lap, get everybody gathered back up. Now we got to come through the back straightaway, come through 3 and 4, into the dog leg, and do the same thing all over again.
I know the back of the pack, they must be feeling a lot of nerves. They're in the very back. They don't know what's going to happen in front of them. They have no idea how this first lap is going to play out as it folds in front of them. So they're being vigilant back there, Matt.
Maybe you can check on your end, but I'm showing the 20 car of Larson possibly having a blinking connection issue. 20 of Larson back there in 39. Exactly.
I'm not seeing him on my screen here. I'm not sure if he's not on the track anymore for me or anymore.
Dennis there. Everybody else seems to be okay. All right, so we got all excited. Then we had to extend it, but it is now time. Field out of turn 4 into the Geico restart zone at Talladega. 94 laps. It was what separates somebody from a payday tonight. Here we go. Funny racing at Talladega. Racers Elite. Everybody buckle up. Coming through 3 and 4. Green flag in the air. We're underway.
That outside lane, the car's going to get right behind number 1. It's got a huge push to the 18. They're about side by side even on the front straightaway there, coming in during turn 1.
Entering turn 1. Everybody scrambles. Here we go. Let the party begin. 3 wide back here around 9th. They'll work it out early. Good call to get back in the line, though. You don't want to go too crazy too early. And in the field right now, so far, so good.
That inside line is going to have more of a organized system going down, while the outside is still trying to get itself together. They're going to fall a little bit back here entering turn 3 as the number 32 jumps down to the inside of the more informed line.
And I don't know about you on your end, but on my end, I just witnessed a vehicle blink right at the front of the pack. That is not a good thing. If that begins, yeah, we've got one blinking somewhere. And that is not good. I'm sure race control will get over the radio, start talking to people, and letting them know, hey, you're blinking. Be careful. Don't get into a bind here with a blinking race car, because that can cause mayhem and calamity.
Did not see the blinking, but especially at Superspeedway, you want to definitely get that taken care of as soon as possible. The only thing, as they're single file on the inside, the outside pretty much has no more momentum, so they're all going to stack up here in the inside line.
So single file about 8 cars back before we get to the 99 of Tucker, who is trying to lead that outside lane back. Little bit surprised that already this outside lane is trying to figure out a way to move forward.
They are still trying to make it work. Me personally, by this time, I would have jumped to the inside, let this race play out. We still got a long way to go here at Talladega, and that number 24 car is going to lead the outsides now as he's trying to catch up to the front.
Yeah, he's still back there leading. That's Devin. Let's hop on board. It's so hard to be the guy leading the outside, right? We're on board with him now, using the third lane, continuing to use the outside, starting to move forward a little at a time, up alongside the 63 of Walters. So again, now the outside line movement, a couple of guys pulled out in front of him. Now we got an established outside lane.
60 car is going to jump up and try to block and negate that momentum to the outside, but he is not going to be able to. They're going to fly right by him. They've gotten all organized from the start of this race. They are moving on that outside line.
Just like a jet plane going by, that's Kenny Capola, able to move that outside lane forward. Matt L. Cox, they'll jump back to the bottom, and just like that, it'll go back to single file for the first 6 cars before we start the process all over again behind.
And just like we were saying earlier, just like that, no matter what, your position can drop from 1st to 9th in a matter of seconds, and that's what just happened there to that our leader in the 60 car dropped from 1st all the way back to the single file line.
John Higman right now winds up 7th when it's all said and done here. But again, don't get in a hurry. Don't get dicey here. You fell back to 7th, but you're okay. Right? You're not in a big jam right now. You still got a long way to go. No reason to push the issue.
No reason to push at all. At this point in the race, it's just sit back, relax, let the race fold out in front of you, see where it goes, and just play your strategy right.
5 on the board. Kenny up front. Kenny Tom at the front of the field. There is Matt L. Cox there as well. Brandon, Devin, Andrew, Tony, Richard, nice work. All single file with Higman Jr.
That outside line still trying to get formed, led by number 78, Richard Ode, who's making some progress on the outside. He's all the way up to 6th position, being pushed by that number 71.
Decisions, right? When do you jump out into that outside lane, catch the momentum? It's like boogie boarding at the beach, guys. You want to catch the wave, move forward, 3 wide. Hello, coming through, see you soon. Holy cow.
Number 78 jumped out to the outside, hoping it would fall out, but it did not work in his favor. He is going to drop all the way to the back, freight trained on that outside line.
I mean, I don't know about you, but you might want to check at the tail of that race car and see if there's an anchor swaying in the wind somewhere, because that car has dropped all the way to the tail end of the lead pack. Wow. He got yeeted. Not in a good way either.
That's just how fast it happens here at Talladega Superspeed. You drop out of that draft. No. He was gone.
Now they'll Cox, a little bit of 3 wide back there mid-pack, guys. Starting to get dicey. That's the 98 back here around that. 17, Hickman Jr. to 60. That was our pole sitter. Now he's in the middle of 3 wide. He went from being the pole sitter to middle of 3 really quick.
And they're going to split him like the Red Sea as he's stuck in the middle there. Those inside and outside are not going to give him any help right now.
Who's going to fight me here for a second? Oh, we got problems.
Everything good?
Oh, no. Oh, no.
Yellow.
Oh, wait a minute. Well, just as I said, YouTube was fighting us for a second.
Let's go back.
Trouble.
Trying to see what happened here.
Well, guys, they started wrecking.
Just looks like those cars in the front of the number 24 and 98 just seemed to get a little squirrely, which got the 24 off his nose. He came down and just tagged the 98 and got loose and hit the outside wall there.
Holy moly. All right, we're going to take this opportunity to go commercial. We got to figure out what is going on the YouTube end of things. We'll be right back. Rolling the
The Lehigh Valley's premier entertainment venue, Wind Creek Event Center. The biggest names and hottest acts. The funniest comedians. The best in family entertainment. Don't just go to a show, experience it. Get a list of shows at windcreekeventcenter.com.
All right, sorry about that, folks. YouTube decided it was going to throw a fit for a second there. I believe we're back good. Kirby there with Zach, ready to roll here again. Back on the racetrack as guys have rolled out.
All right.
And right here, really quick, man. A couple of cars elected to make green flag stops there, bud. Man, oh man.
I was looking there before I had to go get that break there. I saw a couple cars down pit road. Didn't really see all the cars that came down, but I did see a couple come down there.
Yeah, just a couple of them. 6 of 94 complete. But I tell you what, man, already good racing here tonight, buddy. Really, actually, I'm really.
Oh, I agree with you there. Already shuffling. I do have to admit they're getting a little aggressive early on. You saw a lot of passes for a lead, a lot of shuffling there, but they did manage sorted out fairly quickly, and that wreck was not all too bad. It was not a very big wreck. It was just a little scuffle there coming in the tri-oval.
Yeah, just one of them things, right? Just a scuffle happened, and then next thing you know, all heck breaks loose, right? And it happens, buddy. I mean, it's not easy out here at these types of speed if something does begin to happen to fix it, right? It's not easy at all. And
No, sir, it's not easy. As soon as that car begins to lose control, it's very hard to get it back under you, especially at a super speedway like this.
the lights are off, and we're ready to get back at it once again. Let's hop on board. So back on board here as we get ready to go once again. 6 again. Lap 10 on the board this time by. Now let's go extended view for this restart, buddy. And I'm gonna, what do you think? What do you think of what we saw, really? Got me there, buddy?
Early on, I really didn't. Yeah, you got me.
Yeah, I got you, my man. Discord is acting up.
All right.
It was crazy.
Early. It was crazy. I mean, they were shuffling back and forth. They went from single file, double file. We saw a little bit of 3 wide coming in there. So I really did not know what to expect coming up here with this next green flag.
I don't know either. But I know one thing, man. It's going to be wild once we get going here. Face card down. We are ready to go once again here. Live high above Talladega Superspeedway. Are you ready, buddy? Coming to green.
I am ready to rock these.
Here we go. Coming at you. Green flag back in the air. We're rolling once again, man.
77 is going to get a huge jump out. He's going to jump to the outside right in front of the 1, and he's going to push there as the 1's going to drop back to the inside going into turn 1.
Ready to get on the line and to figure it out. That's Coppola. All right. Great to see Coppola leading this thing right now. Back as we go through. Already know.
Number 55, a Truth Poke is going to lead that outside, which still is having issues. Just like we saw early on, that outside does not get going, but once they do, they have a lot of power behind them.
Yeah, and that's the thing, right? Once you can get the outside to roll and get it moving, you're good, right? But that's the thing, getting it going, getting the momentum up, and rolling.
It's one of the hardest things. You have to make sure all cars are in line, ready to go, no shuffling. It's just a lot of strategy involved with getting a line moving at a super speedway.
And I mean, it's all strategy, and not just a little bit. Every bit of it's strategy, in my opinion, to get a line to do what it needs to do in a timely manner. So difficult, man. So hard to do it and do it well.
Yes, sir. And that number 1, he's going to be glued to the bumper of the 77. It's just like that draft. That's that inside's going. They're all right to each other's bumpers. They're not shuffling around. They're able to get that going.
All right, it's starting to move back and forth right now. Putting on a show. What do you think? We saw the one incident. Do you think it's going to calm down a little bit now? 13 laps in.
It's definitely looking that way. I'm seeing these cars, they've realized, like, hey, we can't be doing this much. It's early race. We still got 80 plus laps to go here on. So they're going to settle down, they're going to ease in, and they're going to run this race as calmly as they can at Talladega.
Yeah, and that's the thing, man. You just got to be calm with it, dude. You got to think about the long term. What do you need long term? I mean, we saw the guys that were involved in that first minor, well, relatively. I mean, it wasn't a big one or anything, but still, yeah, you don't want to be involved in anything.
No, especially any kind of damage you get on a car here will affect it dramatically. Especially just any minor damage will affect your draft. It'll affect how much speed you get in that car. Getting damage here is where you don't want to get damage.
14 on the board. Here we go again. Double foul down the back. Here we go. Let the party begin, Captain. 2 by 2. There's the 55 Wrangler machine up top. A little bit of a check up. The 17 going to get in the back of the 63 for a moment. Everything all good, though, for now.
That driver, he was helping the 55, and the 55 is going to get split up the middle back there. He has no help behind him. He's going to start dropping drastically here.
Yes, sir. 14 on the board, and right now, so far, so good at the moment. Man, already a couple of cars out of this one. Near the tail of the field, Larson, to update you on Larson. He is out of this one here tonight.
Out of the race early as night as they are only single file 4 cars back as that outside line is beginning to get itself sorted. They're trying to work their way up with the 98 leading it.
All right. On the line. And folks, I have some really unfortunate news. The drop you're seeing is regarding a local internet issue. So, I'm going to try to fight my way through it the best I can and see if it gets better here, hopefully quickly. I'm hoping.
Hopefully we can get that sorted. Don't have any more issues.
Yeah, unfortunately, man, it's not great. 14 on the board right now. So right now, 14 to 94 complete outside line coming through. And again, 2 by 2 right now. And what I'm going to let you do is I'm going to let you take the call for a minute while I try to do something to remedy this.
They're going to be single file number 1 from 1st to 5th moving back. The 98 car still trying to get some momentum on that outside line with the 1 being a heavy pusher for the 77 up in the front. They are going to go down the back straightaway, still trying to get momentum. The outside is beginning to get that push. They're beginning to get that move. They're trying their best to get up to the front there to race for this lead. They're running 5th right now with the 98 of Andrew Teft. He's being pushed by the number 75 of Stoney Benefield. They're still trying to make that work, still trying to get it. They're shuffling down on the inside, still trying to make something work here. Still there, side by side, 2 by 2 in the back. No 3 wide yet, which is pretty common here at Talladega Superspeedway. Waiting to see who's going to jump out in line, but they're all acting pretty calm. They're getting able to stay control of this race. The outside line does seem to have more of a momentum in the turns. They have more help now that they've got it all situated. They're beginning to make those moves up to the front, almost to fourth place with the number 98 of Andrew Teft here. As they move into turns 3 and 4, still side by side. Teft is going to be battling 4th. They're 2 by 2 all the way back from 5th place back. Teft still there. Outside has the momentum. 17 here at Talladega out of 94. Lap 19. Here they go. Outside is losing its draft. They're getting a little squirrely there. They've dropped back from their 5th place position. He is all the way back to 8th. As we move forward to the front, Kenny Capella still leads today at this race. He is leading. He has led most of the laps here today since this green flag has dropped, being pushed by the number 1 of Brandon Beck. That outside is beginning to fold her out. They can't hear. Okay.
All right, folks, we're going to roll to crank it up real quick. We'll be right back. All right, folks, we're still here. I hope you enjoyed the crank it up here as we continue to work on the back end here, try to figure out something. But again, 22. Combine, nice work, single file at the moment. Nice work through the field, though, I have to say. Good race on our end. Great race to watch.
Yes, sir. It's a great race. What I'm still looking at is that 98 car's trying to get that outside the work. He has not given up out there. Still only managing to make it up to the top 5 before it falters and falls back again.
Yeah, and that's the problem, right? What can you do at this portion of the race, right? I mean, you make it up, you fall back, you make it up. Things happen, man. And I tell you what, 2 by 2 right now. Back right
And they're getting up here to their first lap car of the race. Not sure who that is coming up, but they're about to pass the first lap car here coming into turns 4.
Continuing to do so, right? Continuing to work. And what do you do coming up on this lap car here? How do you manage?
It's just see if this lap car will be the courtesy, which it looks like he is. He's going to drop to the outside and let these cars go by him. So there's not going to be much issue for the leaders in this front pack here.
Nice job, Adam. Look at Adam's off the pace as well. He'll be another lap car we're going to go with here in the coming. Now, Tony right here. Tony hanging on P9 right now.
It's one of those things, especially at Superspeedway, we got a long enough race. It's early in the race. If you go a lap down, at this point, save your fuel, manage your car, and just let it be. You'll be able to get your laps back eventually. You have plenty of time to do so.
Sure. Plenty of time, plenty of money, right? That's where we're at here tonight. As we work through. Let's hold our breath, because it looks like, hold your breath, everybody. Problem averted, maybe? Question mark. At 25 on the board. Tony, Phil, right there as well. Stoney Benfield right there in the mix also. So now working their way up the hill. Top lane coming together as well.
That 98 of Andrew Tett is going to be battling for the 5th place position like he had again. He's got momentum coming down the tri-oval. He's catching that number 63 car. Do they have enough to make it all the way to the front?
Yes, sir, and it's 26 on the board when they cross it this time by. Already starting to knock some laps out here.
Laps are counting away. Before you know it, you'll be coming down to the closing laps of this race as the 98 has momentum. The outside line is organized. They are all the way up to 4th and 5th place position respectfully on that outside there.
Good to see the outside lanes starting to move forward, right? And prove that we've got 2 lanes here tonight. 2 lanes to work with, 2 lanes to make work. I mean, you can't be anything but excited for that here tonight, as these 2 lanes work together. And another thing we're going to have to look at here, guys up on about the 7th lap of the stint. That means we're going to have fuel stops here very soon.
Yes, sir. Fuel is going to become a factor coming up soon. That outside broke up there. You see him drop all the way back, following all the way back to 6th place still. Their outside still breaking up, but fuel and pitting is where this is where the strategy comes in.
Fuel and pit strategy. That is the word of the night, right? How do you play well, back up. Adam 1 lap down, so Adam gonna fall a lap down. There was 37 cars on the lead lap, so that means if we don't get a yellow, man, Adam's out for fun.
He is gone. So is the number 3 car, who's also, I believe, a 1 lap down. And as you know, these strategies are going to come in. What I'm looking forward to see is what teams are going to take advantage first. Who is going to come out on top if we do manage to make green flag pit stops.
Yeah, if you make a green flag stop, right, at some point, getting on pit road, getting at your teammates down with you, getting load up to pit road speed, all those things become really, really important, really, really fast.
And you do not want to be stuck on the outside when you're trying to make that pit stop. Trust me, I've been in those positions. You want to make sure you are ready to go when it is time to go. You do not want to be having to fight your way to the bottom to be able to get in that pit lane.
Eating this top side. Now what you'll see is everybody start to work to their bottom side at some point. Get in a full file situation. Start to ride the bottom.
As they move on, they're coming on to lap 30 this time. And what's going to be forward is these teams is really determine how many cars come down with you, is going to determine how fast you place. The bigger the pack, the better you'll be after the pit stops.
The bigger the pack, the better you'll be, the more cars you have. All these things will come into factor here, lap 30. Now, the lead pack, I'm seeing 21, 21, 21, 21. 20, so they got about another 10, 11 laps. That push should put us on pit road, what, about 41-ish or so into this race? So right at coming up on the halfway marker.
Now, if they pit, are they going to have enough entirely to make it all the way to the end of the race? I believe they should be able to, unless there is a multiple cautions. If we become a caution field after green flags pit stops, is that going to affect their fuel run?
Well, keep in mind, we had that one yellow, so we had cars hit pit road, take fuel. Your average, from what I've seen, depending, is about 30 to 35 here. So if we come down on 40, that should get us to lap 70-ish. Puts us 20-ish away from the end of it. There'll be one more stop after this. But I think this stop right here is going to set the tone for the evening.
This stop is definitely going to set in place the strategies. It's going to determine who's going to come out on top, and later on, as the 98 car is getting that push, their outside still getting momentum. It's reforming again, moving up to 4th position.
JD, Brandon, Wilcox, Dak in the line. Who are you impressed by the most to ride through? I think I'm going to go with. He is up about 11 spots, 12 spots from where he started, and right with him on board, Wilcox right there behind him. Wilcox has made up 15 spots, and JD Larson up 22. So those three that's kind of together, they have really made up the ground tonight.
Yes, sir. And Brandon Zimmerman up 15 tonight. He is moving as well. A lot of cars up there, all the way out from the 8th place down. All those cars have moved up multiple positions to get where they are right now.
And the only two cars that started inside the top 5 that's still up there is Brandon and Mr. Kenny. The first two right now. So the up front starting spot paying off for them at the moment. It didn't earlier, but now it's kind of paying dividends at this moment.
I would say Kenny and Brandon are comfortable right now. They are in control of this race. They control the pace. They have the control of this race. And that's what you want to do early in Talladega. Control the race if you're going to be up there. If you're going to be in the top 10, top 5, you want to be the controller.
Do what you need to do, right? Don't
Yes,
make
sir.
any mistakes here.
And that outside's going to get organized again. They're going to make another push to the outside. They only have 5 cars with them working that outside, but they're still managing to stay with the inside here.
And doing very well. Let's see if we can get a wider angle. Get rid of all the overlay for a second. Take a look at what you're talking about. It's how tight they're running, to try to move that line forward. Let's see. Now that I do that, I have to fall back a little. Yeah,
Great.
To really make.
It's not only about drafting from the rear, it's the side drafting too. You see those cars on the outside, they're going to go low, they're going to get close to the cars on the bottom. That's what's helping them get up there. It's the side drafting those inside cars to keep them on speed with them.
And Jack here, he has 30 of 94 in the books. You're side drafting, you're tight with one another. Everything you can do to make it work the best you can.
Yes, sir. As that front pack top four are going to get a little bit distance from the rest of the field, they're going to fall back here pretty quick once those cars catch up to them.
Well, again, it becomes a game of who done what, right? It's a game of can I get there? Can I make up inches, bunches? What do I do? And still on board right now, very tight. I mean, impressively tight, actually.
And that outside still four cars now. Only 4 cars working that outside, and they are pushing 4th place position. That's how tight it's getting, how hard they're pushing those cars, how much they're drafting. They're able to stay up there with only 4 cars in line.
Really pushing right to the back bumper, shoving as hard as you can. And man, I tell you, that's literally all you can do.
Is the 1 gives a huge shove to the 77, pushing them way out in front. They're going to catch right back here to this inside line. 12's not going to make any moves. They're just going to stay single file. They have control of this race.
They do. And they're making good time with it, right? That's the thing. They're making tremendous time. And the other thing here, man, is we watch this. They're giving pushes, but they're not doing it reckless.
No, so they're taking their time. They're and analyzing each push. They're making sure it's the right choice to make. As you see, they don't make any pushes in the turns. They wait till those front straightaways, those long straights, and that's when they give the shoves. That's where it's safe. That's where it's good to do so.
Yeah, they're doing that invariably every time, right? Invariably, they're timing it out. They're doing what you can, and just kind of holding serve right now.
So as the 1's going to back off the 77 as they enter the turn, you're going to watch him. He's going to stay off of him. As soon as they exit the turn, the 1 is going to be right onto the bumper of the 77. There he goes. He's giving the push right there on the back straightaway.
Do it right, and that's the point. That is exactly what you're. And again, nice to see.
They're playing it nice here early. They're probably waiting for green fuels. This is probably what's happening. They're waiting. They're saving their fuel. As soon as those green flag pit cycles begin, they're going to see a lot more shuffling.
I can't believe how clean that.
It started off rough, but they definitely smoothed it out as fast as they could.
Done it well and done it quick. That's the other thing. Well and quick. That's what was.
As the outside is pretty much disintegrated, they're only down to 3 cars out there. They're going to fall back. I think we're going to have a single file race all the way to green flag pit stops.
Yeah, I would agree. I think you're exactly right. And here we go.
Oh, here we go.
Here we go. That road going to get busy right now.
Almost the entire pack goes to the pits. The only cars out there is the number 55 and 78 of Truth Hook and Richard Ode with a lap car of the number 3.
You know what I'm impressed by? Everybody got it. Did it relatively. Right? They didn't make any big mistakes getting down on pit. Now the guys that are left out here, this is where you're going to run into a problem. Of now, you know, you got a lower car count out there, so when they hit pit road, it could be a little bit difficult for them to make a run.
It's definitely going to see the 77 car in that first group of pit stops are going to be the lead pack. You can tell with how many cars they brought in, how many they brought with them, they are definitely have enough cars to catch everyone else. So this is going to become your lead pack as we move forward with these green flag pit stop cycles.
Yeah, that will be your. Great job coming. So, that first round is over, right? Now we get ready
Yes.
for round number.
Now they're going to start. I don't know if they're going to make much moves. We're going to see what happens. I believe that when they were single file, they were just waiting for the pit stops. So what I think is going to happen is they're going to make an outside again, and we might see some more double file racing.
Yes, sir. And there we go. So again, here we go. Cars exiting pit road. You see the pack of cars whistling by. Man, those guys were gone.
They had the best pit strategy there. First one's in, first one's out, back in the lead like nothing happened.
They're like, thank you, come again. Right, like it was like a fast food restaurant there for a moment.
Fast food, they got their number one and they dipped.
And they got their Big Mac and they're like, I'm out of here. Nice and tight. Go ahead.
What I am seeing is the 77 doesn't have his original pusher. The number one car is no longer behind him. So is that going to change anything? Is the 32 going to be work well with the 77 still?
Yeah, I think they will actually, man. Because here's my thought on that is, if they work together well early, right? Now you've got somebody behind them, but I think the guys around them understand that you've got a gap. There's literally no reason to push. Look at the gap that they have. 7-ish seconds. Back to you.
Yes, sir. 7 seconds, but that pack, you see, all these packs roughly have the same amount of cars with them. So it's going to come down to what pack is going to work better together is going to be the playing factor. All the packs have roughly the same number. It's really who's working better together in this race.
Now that is going to be the $1 million question. Without a doubt. Who, what, where, how do you handle it right? What can you do?
That next pack with JD Larson in the number 19 car, those pack aren't working well. They're a little split up there, but they're getting it together. We move back to John. John Ashley, who I believe was the next pack, but they only have one car out there. So it's really these two packs with Kinney leading one and Larson leading the other.
Yeah, and right now that's pretty much where we're at. Again, at the moment, folks at home as we work, 42 on the board, and again we're having a problem.
Uh-oh.
Internet, please. All right, single file. Well, at least the front pack's still single file.
They're still single file. They know they're playing it safe. They're managing everything they have right now. That backpack with Larson, they're single file as well. Roughly 6 cars back there as well. They are all managing everything they have moving into this race.
Yeah, and there you go. I mean, I think they're all doing well, bro. I think everybody's doing the best they can in the given situation.
Yeah, sir. I believe that pack with Larson is gaining little time. They're gaining just a little bit, but it's not a very significant amount. But they are gaining a little bit of time onto the lead pack.
Otherwise,
just enough that matters at Talladega, right?
and to your point, little bit by little, right? Is that all that really matters?
At this point, you're given inches. It's take and give at this track, and the little bit of time counts. They got plenty of time in this race. There's plenty of laps left. They still have another pit cycle to go through. So at this moment, if I was in their position, I would chillax. We're making time, but there's still so much more of this race left.
Yes, sir. Well, halfway, guys. We are absolutely halfway through. And again, back single file.
32 is going to give a big shove to the 77. They're going to be bumper to bumper. Single file in the front pack here, and that backpack is still gaining time a little bit, half a second back or 5 seconds back still on that lead pack.
And oh, back there. Now, I don't know what. It's fighting at the moment, and we are 45 laps joining us here tonight.
Are you gonna be another victim of Talladega here, Matt?
I mean, I'm already been a victim. If you only knew, when you go back and watch, you'll see what I'm talking about. I have fit this thing for the last 20 minutes, and it's gotten worse.
Yes, sir. I know exactly how you feel. I've had the same issues before.
Oh yeah, it's almost unwatchable. Folks, I'm gonna go to commercial. Try to throw one more Hail Mary at this and figure out. All right, I'll be back.
The Lehigh Valley's premier entertainment venue, Wind Creek Event Center. The biggest names and hottest acts. The funniest comedians. The best in family entertainment. Don't just go to a show, experience it. Get a list of shows at windcreekeventcenter.com.
And sorry about that, folks, and we're back. So hopefully we have got a solution. That was weird, man.
It was definitely interesting, and you see, what you missed here. Paul Gallimore has able to take the lead here as he dropped to the front of this pack when the pack caught up to him in that lead. So he's now taking the lead, followed by Andrew Sikor in the number 12 car.
Yeah. And again, guys, I apologize. We just nothing we could do there at the moment. So I got that sorted. But, and hopefully we'll have a good ending to this one to pay off for.
Hopefully this ending will make us forget about all the troubles we had in this race. And there's still going to be single file in this lead pack here.
All right. So everybody back at it here. Single file up front. I'm going to do with you, buddy, but I'm going to let you call a couple of laps here, and I'm just going to run the camera while we work.
Gotcha.
Here. But, man, these guys still get green while you were away. We didn't see
No major issues as they enter turn 4. The leader is going to be Paul Gallimore in the number 17 car. They're going to be single file in that front straightaway. The closest pack to them is led by Rhett Tucker all the way in the back here. He's 31 seconds back from this lead pack. They got 6 cars working with them, but the main focus of the night is Paul Gallimore in that number 17 bright yellow machine, being pushed by the number 12 of the 12 beast mode machine. Definitely a beast out there as it's working its way. And as you can see, number 1 and 77, the former leaders of this pack, they're running 3rd and 4th respectfully as they go down the Alabama gang super stretch. That back of the pack, you'll see 3 cars on the outside trying to make it work. The number 8 car of, the number 8 car out there trying to make anything work to see if he can catch up to that pack there. As they move around here, he is actually a lap car moving back. He's trying to stay with the lead pack to keep himself on the lead lap. 69 car is going to drop to the inside, and they will remain single file coming down to lap 58 of 94. Lap 50. Yeah, celebrate.
celebration time. Matt Elcock up there as well. Dennis there. Is Robinson there in line as well. Working their way through. Thomas there. Back in the pack, back to 25th. But overall, pack working its way through. And we've had, one yellow here tonight for an incident. It's been a pretty calm night all night.
One thing I want to say with Talladega is if you're a back car or you're a lap down, you don't want this to be a calm night. You want it to be caution filled. You want to be back in this race to get your laps back. So being a lap down in a race like this where it's single file, it could go all the way like this, that's not what you want, especially as a lap car.
Yes, sir. Again, 59 on, or 58 on. 9 there. Back there in the pack. What do you do as a driver, man? I know we had our moments where we had to step away from the race. I had to work on, I'd take my attention off of it. What do you do now to work your way forward?
Right now, if I was in the position of these drivers, single file, working their way to the field, I would stay roughly where I'm at. I wouldn't make any moves. I would just sit back, wait for this next green flag pit cycle to end, and when that pit cycle ends, that's when I'm going to start making my moves. I'm going to start making aggressive behavior, start pushing people up to the front. That's when you really want to lock in. It's when you know you can make it on fuel, is when you know you should start pushing it.
Yes, sir, and that's got to work here. 60 on the board and 94. All continue to lead. And look at that. I got a question for you, because you've been noticing this a little bit more than me tonight, actually, because of what I did there. They're leaving about a couple of inches, couple of feet at times gap between.
Yeah, they'll lead by a couple inches or gaps, and then they'll catch right back up. And like I said earlier, and then as they make a pass to the outside, number 12 is going to swip out to front here. But they will make pushes, and they'll wait till the front straightaway to push each other way out in front. But when they come into the turns, that's when they start to have the accordion effect, and they'll start to come back together. It's really just it's really interesting to watch.
Andrew Saint here as well, continuing to lead at right now. Great drivers up front. Andrew's still up there after the day. Andrew in good shape as well.
And one thing I want to mention, Brendan Wilcox in that number 26 machine back there, he has gone up 23 spots since the green flag dropped on this race. He is definitely in a position here, and if I were a driver at any of these races, I would want to be in his position. He's not in the front. He's not wasting fuel. He's saving it. He is in a good position to be the winner in the race.
I believe so as well, man. Well, what do you say as they work sync double file? What do you say we try to give the fans a crank it up here? It actually works.
Let's go for it.
Let's
all
give
to it.
Oh my goodness. As we were on board cranking up, calamity ensues. Wow. What did we just come back to? Take a look here. 66 on the board. We come back to calamity.
Come back. I'm trying to find out where this happened.
Right around in 719 to JD. Oh my goodness. Oh no, there was a car around on the apron. He pulls out trying to get going right into the pack. What? That on the apron. I'm slow mo. Oh. He is on. Holy moly. Can you believe that?
I do not. I'm still trying to get right back here to the event. Sorry, I had a little issues there.
The 19 AD was rolling in past the right over there. There was a car spun out on the flat down there, and then all of a sudden, the car that had what was spun out there was up onto the. And it might become. That. I'm
One. I'm not sure if Larson's uses fast repair yet, but that is one way to end your race if he has not.
Yeah, no kidding. I mean, this got heated hard. Like, wow. Not many times I've been speechless. That is one of them. That is almost me falling on my chair moment.
And this is going to change everything with those pit cycles as well. Now you're going to see people come flag or on these caution lap pits, get their fuel up. I don't know if they're going to have enough to run the end of this race. They might be teetering right along the edge of just enough.
Right there at the edge of it. That is for sure. But that was interesting. Got real quick.
It went from single file racing to a wreck immediately. That's how fast it can change at Talladega, just like that, snap of a finger.
You go to crank it up and we go to come back and all I see is wrecking.
I guess that's a side effect of cranking up there.
Oh,
I think the car's cranked it a little too loud.
Dangerous for us to do.
I think at Talladega it might just be.
Where was that? Back on 94.
They're going to be coming down to 69, so they are just now getting to the end of this race. Roughly 34-ish laps to go. That's one more pit cycle. They are going to be teetering right along the edge. I do not know if these cars are going to have exactly enough fuel to run to the end of this race.
I mean, what? Don't have enough fuel and you have to come back again. What does that do?
I really think it's whoever those cars that pitted way early in the beginning of the race and took fuel early in that first caution. I think they're going to come out on top. I think they are going to have just enough to make it by. Just a tiny bit, and we might see more cautions. They're going to get restacked up your double file. It's no longer going to be single file racing, so this could be another caution field event, and they could have a chance to pit again.
Lights are already off on the base car here. Don't ask. Don't ask. Oh, God.
And they They're getting up there. Number 1 and 77 have been controlling this race, and they lead the field first and second there in that first row, followed by the number 12 of Andrew Kerr and number 32 of Matt Cox, and the number 17 of Paul Gallimore. Round out your top 5. I am ready to rock this track all night long.
Well, 70 on the board. There we go. Coming at you once again. Lap 70 on the clock.
As they enter the tri-oval 2x2, getting ready to kick asphalt once again here at Talladega Superspeedway.
Go.
Green, green, green.
And green back in the air. Let's roll.
Number 1's going to jump right out to the outside with his teammate, the 77, or he's going to run the middle. I've been seeing the 77 and the 1 have been working really well together. I expect them to go very far here, and that inside is not going to get a good jump as they enter turn 2.
No, they're not. They're going to fall back a little ways here, and here we go. There's the one of Brandon, Kenny, Andrew there as well. 70 on the board, 2x2. Here we go. Andrew back here, and I think you got to go now, right? The opportunity to lay back is long gone, in my opinion.
I think if you're in the back of the pack, this is your time to move up to the front. But if you're sitting in the front, I think in controlling the race and just holding your spot in the front is way important. Save the passing to the last lap as they're getting real aggressive there on the inside, almost spinning out. Huge push to the 26 of Brandon Wilcox. He's going to power his way to the front with the help of the 65.
You start that heavy-duty pushing, man, shoving each other around like that. Really easy to get that car in front of you turned around, and that's a wrap if that happens.
As soon as you hit the wrong area of that car, it is all over, especially in the front of this pack. They're going to get real shuffled up on the inside, checking up all the way 3 wide in the back. It is getting real squirrely out there.
Oh boy, the squirreliness, the squirrely girly continues here as they move through Brandon, Tony, on the board.
Kenny and Matt are probably in the worst position right now, running the middle pack 2 wide. I do not want to be where they're at right now, Matt, especially this late in the race.
No, you don't. And Zach dives down. John there. Here comes Zach. He'll go for the race lead and clear. He's got help with him from looks like Wilcox at the back bump.
Wilcox is going to give him a huge push as they enter. No, he's not. They're going to stop to the back. The 60 car on the outside is going to drop all the way back to 4th. And here comes Wilcox with the push, entering turn 3.
Big shove to the back bumper. Bigman Jr. Right there. Pack works together up the hill. 3 wide behind him. Brandon,
It will be
whoa, did you see, whoa, 3 wide, nearly car gets turned around.
3 wide. Are they going to start a 3rd row? Is this where it happens as the leaders are pushing each other? 26 and the 33 or 93 car way out in front. They are chilling by themselves. And here comes 3 wide in the back. There it is, Matt. Who is going to come out on top?
3 lanes now. This is where it gets dicey. The room for mistakes is a lot less 3x3 like this.
That outside's going to have huge momentum. The 3 wide is going to slowly start to fade to the back. As the outside starts to form up, they are getting tons of runs coming to the front straight away.
Yes, sir, and continuing to do just that. This is dangerous here, man. I tell you, it's very, very dangerous. 3 wide like this.
3 wide. This is definitely a little early in my book to start playing it 3 wide. A little early for me. And they're going to get a little squirrely there. That 77 is going to push that 12 right along the wrong bumper. He saved it. It wasn't too bad.
But that's how these things start. Just a push going wrong. Next thing you know, trouble elutes.
One wrong touch, even if it's the slightest touch of any part of that car, and that car will be sideways, and there you have the big one. And like we said at the beginning, it's not if, it's when, and looks like it's going to be happening coming down to the late end of this race.
Yeah, and I think it will happen. We already had one with a car up the hill, right in the triangle. I think we're going to have another one here very, very shortly.
Looks like they got themselves figured out. It's only 2 wide, 3 wide in the very back, but not too much of a concern. 2 wide moving up to the front of the pack here with that 12 car and 77. The talk of the night has been that 77 who's been working his way to the front every chance he gets.
Yes, sir, but it's Zach out front with tons of help. Here comes up and around with Andrew there, 20 to go. This time by.
They will be 2 by 2 entering turns 3 and 4 from second place back. This is the race we are excited to see. Passing, shoving, pushing their way, trying to do whatever it takes to make their way to the front, coming down to lap 76.
And it is go time here in Talladega. Somebody's walking away with the money here tonight. Who is it going to be?
And just like he said earlier, the top 3 also get paid, so it's not always about first. If you want to push your way to first place, but be careful because you might luck yourself out of any money running second and wreck. Oh, we got spin in the back straight away.
Oh, there we go. Multiple cars involved back.
Multiple cars, a spin, probably a shove in the wrong direction.
Or question.
Looks like it started with the 97 here. I'm going to rewind here. Exiting turns 2. Oh, looks like the 55 got loose there.
There it is.
55 gets loose on the bottom. Number 4 gives him a shove in the wrong direction. Taps the 1 who ends up hitting this 97. And just like we said, wrong push, wrong time, and that's what causes the big one. It wasn't too bad. Only 1 car really spun.
I think we're going to see more of it later in this race we get.
Oh, I definitely agree with you there. It's getting down to the nitty-gritty. You're coming down to 24 laps to go coming up here soon. So it's definitely, everyone's going to have enough fuel. Everyone has enough to run it to the end of the race. It's now going to be a war in front of the pack.
War of words, if you will. War drivers. Something. It's going to be absolutely crazy coming to the end, man.
It will be a fight, and I'm really liking to see that Tennessee Titans car number 93. Tennessee being my home state. Got a little bit of biased opinion there, Matt, but really liking the paint job on the 93 out there.
Octane.
I'm not a Titans fan. I'm a Lions fan, Matt, but still like to see a little recognition there. And right behind him is going to be number 26. They've been working really well together, 93 and 26. I'm liking that tandem they got going on there.
I'll tell you this, if I wasn't a Broncos fan, my brother-in-law would string me up by my toes. So by default, I gotta go with the Broncos.
Hey, I mean, they had Peyton Manning, so can't fault you on that.
Well, you see, I'm just smart. I don't want to be strung up by my toes. I don't care who they have.
As we're getting ready these pace laps here, you're going to see these cars. They're going to have, I think everyone's pitted for fuel. Everyone's looking ready to go. Cars are getting their lap back. We're going to see a lot more cars on the lead lap, and I'm thinking we're going to see 3 wide. As we get into this next green flag run, they will be 3 wide fighting for the lead, and we're going to see another wreck.
Yeah, we're going to see another one. You're not wrong in that one. That prediction is definitely going to come true at the later stages.
Especially coming down. We're definitely going to be coming down the green with, like, I think 24 laps to go, if not 23 laps to go is when they hit this green flag. Definitely looking forward to it, Matt.
Me too, buddy. Me too. Well, it'll be 16 to go. I'm ready. Ready?
Yes, sir. I was getting my math wrong there. I apologize. I was saying 24, reading that 7 as a 6.
Math didn't math on that one.
No, no. I'm glad you corrected me there. But coming down with roughly 16 to go, probably going to go green with 14 to go. This is where it gets dicey, especially in the top 15 laps down with this race coming to a close. 10 laps to go at Talladega is where it starts to begin.
We do still have fast repairs available for some guys. So, you know, we do have that available in a pretty ish race, in my opinion. So that's good. At least you got something to work with.
What I'm looking forward to see, if we see a wreck and we see cars that do not have a fast repair get taken out that are running the top, these cars with the fast repair are going to take advantage of that as fast as they can.
Yes, sir. Lights are off on the pace car. Go.
We will be going green this time by with 14 laps to go here at Talladega Superspeedway. Final words there at Talladega. Oh boy, put that in quotes for the history marks.
Yes. Oh boy. That's all I got for you. Like we've done a couple of times. What do you say we go into view?
I think, yeah, great idea there. We'll get that into view going, and it's, from what I've seen with this race, they've been pretty calm. I'm looking forward to see what they do here when it comes down to these closing.
Yeah, what is going to happen? Closing moment.
Talladega is one of those tracks you cannot predict. Unlike other tracks like New Hampshire, Atlanta, Nashville, those tracks, they got a little bit more of forgiveness. You can tell what's going to happen there with the cars, but Talladega is a take it or leave it. It's whoever's going to come out on top comes out on top.
Who does what we hear, right? The movement race, a well-timed placing your get in the right spots to pull this off. All that counts, right? None of it really counts, but making the right move.
Making the right moves at the right time and hoping people go with you. If you try to make a move and you get left out in the dust, it's over there.
Double fire. Here we go in Talladega, everybody. Through the restart box. This time by. Here we go.
Green, green, green.
Green in the air. Let's go. Underway.
Inside gets a huge jump, led by the number 93 car, Zach Lockett, but he has no help behind him. That outside is going to have a huge bit of help. No, they're going to jump to the inside. No help for the 26 moving into turns 2.
And no help on that outside line. You got a couple. But look at the gap on the bottom. Look right there. The 12 dropping back. You know what that's going to do, folks. That is going to set up chaos.
Huge shove. You're getting aggressive out there. 4 wide in the very back. 3 wide coming up to the ranks. Ooh, I see that 4 wide.
Oh, I see bad things happening. I see bad things happening eventually. Oh, dicey.
Still 2x2. That inside's going to get swirly, moving into the triangle. The outside's going to power up front with the number 46 of Brendan Wilcott's going to lead that charge.
Oh, I got bad feelings about this, buddy. Oh, boy.
Ooh. Hold it together, guys. Hold it together.
Oh,
Hold it together.
Billy.
They're going to be 4 wide, almost coming up. 3 wide in the back. It's getting dicey. This is Talladega racing at its finest.
I've got, you know, I hear the short music coming right now.
Oh, no. Talladega will claim another set of victims coming up as they get 3 wide from 3rd place back here at Talladega Superspeedway.
Wilcott's trying to run away and hide right now. As you see everybody 3 wide behind them. Oh boy. Down the triangle we go.
They are getting tight. It's getting dicey. The 12 car is going to jump to the outside. He's going to try to get a push. Number 26 is uncontested in the front. Those three wide cars are not helping each other at all.
Over. But here's what I'll tell you. Be wide. Craziness, insanity,
I don't want to jinx it, but I do want to say it. They're holding it pretty strong there.
Yellow,
but
yellow,
we got a
yellow.
problem.
We got a caution. Ooh, number 24 took a slide. Take a look back here.
Yellow.
24 car involved. Trying to look about what happened here.
There you go. Bubble once again with 12 laps to go. So what do you say, man? Or what happened? Got back. Everybody, thank you guys so much for everything.
The Lehigh Valley's premier entertainment venue, Wind Creek Event Center. The biggest names and hottest acts. The funniest comedians. The best in family entertainment. Don't just go to a show, experience it. Get a list of shows at windcreekeventcenter.com.
All right, welcome back, everybody. It'll be 10 to go here. 10 laps to go. Here in Talladega, by the time we go green, it'll be 11 at the stripe right here. We'll come around and see 10. Lights still on the pace car, so we're not ready yet. That tells me we'll go green with about 9 laps to go tonight.
9 laps to go, and that's where it's going to come down dicey. We saw him go 3 wide. We saw a wreck happen. 9 laps to go is going to get even more dangerous coming up here.
It'll be really interesting to see what occurs, right? Like, who is the one to play the right card?
Right now, if I were to pick, I'm going to say race favorites right now. You give me yours, I'll give you mine. I'm looking at the number 4 of Dennis Kane. He is up here 39 spots to the front. He is in a good position right now to take it if he is able to.
So is that right there? I would think started 27th up 24th. Timmerman's got what it takes to get it done.
Yes, sir. They're both looking very well. The top 5 are all from 39 spots, 39, 24, 33, 28 spots from the start of this race. That tells you something with how Talladega rolls at this track.
Or it could be somebody totally different.
He'll be a lap car from the very back of the pack who just got on the lead lap. Who knows what could happen?
We just don't know. But what we do know is we're going to have 10 laps to go this time by. Oh, lights will go off atop the eye recently. Here we go.
Getting ready here. They will be going green with 9 laps to go.
This time. Here we go. It's going to get good, folks.
This is going to be exciting. This is what you came here for. This is where everything happens. Leave everything out in the track.
Yes, sir. Oh, lights are off this time. Lights off.
There will
Let's
be-
do it.
They'll be doubled up. They'll be led by the number 26 of Brendan Wilcox, starting on the first place position. Zach Locke will be on his outsides, and then number 93 Chevy Machine. And on the inside there in third place in the Ford is the number 65 DoorDash Machine. Starting fourth place is number 4 of Dennis Kane. And fifth place, running our top 5, Kirby Wayne Scott in that Toyota there, number 10 Machine.
Oh boy. Nathan back there, Andrew, and Logan. Hey, Hickman Jr. back here in 15th. He's not out of it yet.
Not out of it at all. And then Kenny Kapala in 12th back there. He's not out of it. Anyone in this lead lap has a chance to win this race.
You can win it here late in Talladega. There's the Tennessee Titans car. You're leading. Oh boy.
Those two have been working well together. They lead the front row of Brendan and Zach. They've been up in the front there. Brandon Zimmerman and Dennis Kane have not been in the front. We haven't seen them much of all race. What are they going to do? What are they going to be able to give these two in front of them?
It's going to be a rough go of it. I know. No. Here we go. Double file. Time to go. Let's do it. Take your pick, boys and girls. Coming through the restart zone. Team flag is out right now.
Outside does not get the jump. They are not there. They were not ready. The number 26 is going to power way out in front, followed by the number 65 of Brandon Zimmerman.
Yeah, that outside lane threw the boat anchor out there for a moment. They're going to lose ground, and that inside lane will take advantage of it right now.
Number 93, Zach Luck, is going to be stuck up the middle. He's gone. He's out of this race. He's going to the back as they file single file. Number 15 jumps to the outside, 3 wide in the back of the pack.
The running room right now. Into 3 and 4. Out. Wheel Cox. Emmerman stacking. And Scott there as well. Here comes the 3 wide dance again. Here we go.
3 wide, super tight, no momentum coming through the tri-oval. They do not have what it takes. They need to learn. They can't get that push on the 3 wide. They did not have enough cars out there. Brandon Wilcox will lead on the stripe.
How tight they are. There's the Ford right in front of them. Nice push to 12. Look at that very top lane starting to move.
Here comes that outside. They are getting momentum. They have it figured out. The inside does not as they pull back and pull back into entering turn 4.
It'll be 7 to go at the strike. What can you do and where can you make it happen?
7 to go. This is where it comes down to. This is where you need to make your moves. This is where you need to push.
Take a look. Oh, the 15. 5, excuse me. Pulled out of line for a moment. Now they're going to get stuck in the middle lane. Nothing they can do here.
Stuck middle, 3 wide, still no help. They are not helping each other back there. Wilcox, basically, he likes to see this. What he's seeing in his rearview mirror, he wants that to keep 3 wide.
Sorry.
He doesn't have to worry about anyone.
The 15 went up to throw a block. It didn't really work, and it was nearly calamity.
Nearly a crash there. So you being too aggressive. Do not throw those blocks if you can't make it for sure.
Oh,
and they will follow and they're wrecking the back. No caution yet. They stay green. There's the caution. Let's take a look at what happened here. Entering the tri-oval at Talladega Superspeedway.
go. There's somebody.
That's all it takes. One wrong push, and that car will be right out of your hands.
Once again, 5 to go.
5 to go. Brendan Wilcox still race leader. And if I'm Wilcox right now, I'm loving the position I'm in, but I'm also hating it at the same time. Knowing it's 5 laps to go, you're at Talladega, you have to restart again, but you're starting on the pole. How does that make you feel, knowing that you have to fight off yet again and potentially do it again if there's another car?
I'm scared. I'm scared, Ricky Bobby. No, I mean, you're 5 to go.
It is definitely going to come down to, can Brendan control this pack behind him, coming with 5 laps to go? Coming down to 4 laps to go when they go green here.
Can he? Should he? Will he? We're about to find out. I'm about ready to start screaming at the top of my lungs here.
This will be exciting. This is what Talladega ends. This is how it always ends. This is what you expect. Last lap cautions.
And it's time for that, right? It is absolutely time.
But you also don't want to destroy your car in the last lap. That's not how you want to end your night here. Up in the front, if you're going to be aggressive, be smart while you're aggressive. Don't make a move that will end your day late.
No, you don't want to do that. That is definitely something you don't want to do. But it is going to be wild over these final laps here.
A saying amongst drivers, especially at Superspeedways, cautions breed cautions. So this is what's going to happen with this green flag. I'm expecting at least maybe 1 or 2 more cautions. If not, they can go green all the way with 4 laps, maybe 3 laps to go coming to it.
Cautions breed cautions and insanity. Three to go.
3 to go here at Talladega Superspeedway. Brendan Wilcox, your race leader, followed by Brandon Zimmerman, Herbie Wainscott, William Skinner, and Tony Brent, your top 5.
Well, I should clarify, currently 5 to go, but lights are still in the pace car, which means we'll have another lap of caution. So that'll give us at least 3 to go when we get to restart.
3 to go. This will be interesting. This is where it comes down to. This is where all the marbles are at.
And I thought all the marbles left a long time ago.
At this point in the race, who has marbles left?
Now, I mean, my marbles was gone like an hour. I think. Gone about an hour.
And the pace light, or the lights on the pace car are out. We are double file. We'll be going green this time with roughly 3 laps to go.
Oh, well, yeah, man. Right down to it. This is going to be wild.
Wild indeed. I'm excited for this one. We're going to see how this plays out. Hopefully we don't have another caution. I would like to see us run till the very end.
All right, here we go. 3 to go this time, bye, boys and girls. Thank you for putting up with the technical difficulties tonight. Hopefully, this show right here shows you why you did and entertained you here to the end. And I guarantee you these technical difficulties will not happen again. Promise you that much. At least on my end, anyway. As soon as this race ends, buddy, I'm headed to Amazon.
Straight to getting some new stuff, aren't you?
Yep. Here we go. 3 to go. Lights are off. Let's do it. Are you
3 to
ready,
go.
buddy?
I don't know if I'm ready, to be honest with you. We're going to see what happens.
I mean, I'm kind of ready.
I'm anxious, we'll say that. Anxious. Ready, but anxious.
I will agree. Well, it's going to be Wilcox leading. 3-lap dash to the end. Here we go.
2 by 2, entering the tri-oval. Wilcox leads, Zimmerman on his outside. Who will have the edge on this restart?
Coming to you. Here you go. 2 by 2 coming to green. 3 to go. Through the restart box. Let's do it. And
Got it.
green.
Wilcox, huge jump to the outside. No help behind him, but 2 lines behind him definitely had it than last time. They're going to catch up real quick.
Kirby, Tony, William. 3. Oh, we got a problem. Here we go.
And we got him wrecking.
Oh,
That's the big one. There it is. Cautions breed cautions.
there it is. Know what that means. I know what that means, buddy. Green, white,
Yeah.
checker. You can do that.
Nope, just the wrong place, wrong time. 3 cars stuck his nose right under that. Just got turned and it went from there.
Well, does this work in Wilcox's favor here?
I do not believe so. Wilcox had a great start there. He's going to have to restart, rack him up again, and do the exact same thing he just did, which was have a good start. As long as he can get those jumps on the restart and be able to pull out in front and control the lead of the race, he should have no problem winning this race.
It's there as well. That's gonna. That's part of the game, man, when you get late at Talladega.
And we do have 3 green-white checkers. So what that means for everyone watching who does not know, if the race starts again and they have a wreck before they cross the start-finish line for the final lap, they will re-rack and go again. If the leader crosses the start-finish line and he reaches the white flag, whatever flag happens ends the race.
Yes, sir. That's identical to what we're looking at here. And again, you're going to look at Brendan. You're going to have Brandon. You're going to have Kirby. You got William and Tony in that top 4. Britt Tucker back there as well. So some really good race cars up here in the top 5.
Stoney, Benefield, and Dennis Kane as well. Backing up your 7th and 8th, followed by Andrew, the number 12 machine. And Kenny Pohl, the number 10 or number 77, rounds out your top 10.
Sure. 9. It is go time. We already seen one wreck. We gonna see another one, man?
I think so. Cautions, precautions. I think we're gonna use up all of our green-white checkers before the night's over.
It wouldn't surprise me at all, to be honest.
I would love to reach this white flag for this race.
I would agree with that, but I'm not sure it's gonna happen.
All we can do is hope.
We can dream, my man. 3 to go.
They can't take our dreams away, but we can definitely have them.
Can't take our dreams. Okay, I'm not going to start singing. I've done that with Pterodactyl before. It didn't go well. Wilcox will continue to lead.
Boy.
2 to go.
Lead. This will be coming down to, as soon as they cross the stripe here, they'll double up and there'll be another green flag on for this race.
Hopefully. Be the final restart of the night.
Hopefully. We will see. This will be it. This will determine the winner of the cash prize race here at Talladega Superspeedway. They are fighting for cash. Remember, this is why they're fighting so hard. There is a cash prize to the winner in second place and third place.
And one random driver. You can't forget about that.
Oh yeah, the one random driver. Hopefully someone out here will be the lucky guy.
Lights will go off. Let's see what we got. Lights off right now. And here it is. Will Cox will lead. Zimmerman there as well as Kirby William. Oh boy.
Tony in that top 5, followed by Rhett Tucker, Dennis Kane rounding out 7th, Andrew Core actually in 8th, Kenny Capella in 9th, and then Stoney Benefield in rounds out the top 10, coming down to this last caution lap.
Here we go. The lights are off. Let's get ready to do it yet again.
Let's get ready to rumble, as they say.
Right. One more time in Alabama. Somebody's walking here with money. Somebody's walking out of here with a crying towel.
And a whole bunch of people are walking out here with a fistful of nothing.
And maybe helmets being thrown at one another.
I definitely see some fights potentially happening in this race, especially with all the stuff that's happened. Couple bad moves caused a few wrecks. It's definitely interesting.
Sir, it is time to go. Again, to recap what you pointed out earlier, this is our second attempt, which means if the yellow flag comes out, we'll have, one more attempt after this one.
Yes, sir. And if we are able to reach the white flag, whatever flag comes out will end the race, and it will be official.
That would be a wrap if we can get there. Notice I say if.
That is a very large if. Emphasis on the if.
Pace car down.
They will make the long turn into pit road, and they'll be double file 2x2 entering the tri-oval.
Here we go into the tri-oval, into the restart zone, coming to green. Let's go. Green is out, 2 to go.
Brendan Wilcock, huge run to the inside there. He's going to have enough room. 10's going to be following up behind him. Will they make the move to the outside, or will they stick behind him?
Right now, they're going to stay in line. I think that's the way to go. Try to break away the best you can.
Well, this is going to be the only car out there testing the outside, but no one's going to go with him. He is going to drop. He is gone. Bye-bye to the 12 car.
All right, here we go. Big run coming up top, man. You got to be careful. 3 wide into 3 and 4. Right now, Wilcox in a good spot, though, I think.
65 car and 77 out there working that top side. They have no help. They're going to drop to the middle. Number 1's going to link up with them. The 10's going to drop to the outside. They're 2x2 in.
Wrecking out of 4.
Yellow, yellow, yellow.
Almost to the line. We were so close there.
You know what that means?
Re-rack them and do it again.
One more try. Oh boy.
This should be fun.
This could be fun. Oh, while we wait to re-rack them, let's go to our commercial break one final time, buddy.
The Lehigh Valley's premier entertainment venue, Wind Creek Event Center. The biggest names and hottest acts. The funniest comedians. The best in family entertainment. Don't just go to a show, experience it. Get a list of shows at windcreekeventcenter.com.
All right, working our way back through the trial. We're getting ready to restack them and work our final attempt at a green, white checker. Boy, oh boy. Will we get to do this all over again one more time? We've seen Wilcox pull away to the lead. Zimmerman and Tony there kind of work together on the restart. You think we'll see the same thing this time?
I definitely believe so. Wilcox has been able to manage these restarts almost perfectly. He's been doing really well each time, every time we go green. But the outside there, they get a good enough push. If they can get a good enough push and work well together, they should have enough to pass him.
Yeah, that's going to be the thing. Can you work well enough together to make the move, to make it happen, to pull it off here late? I mean, this is a late race of door bang and dash is what we've got here.
Yes, sir. It's going to be one of those events.
Yeah, it's going to be wild with 2 to go. Oh boy. I'm ready. You're ready. Is everybody else ready?
I think we're all ready to kick some asphalt and light some candles here.
And tires and trash cans and whatever else we can find. The race leader, Wilcox, leading. Started 29th tonight. Up 27 spots, Zimmerman. My pick, if you remember, a couple ago. Up to P2. Come through the restart zone here in a moment.
So we are getting ready. Lights in the pace car will go off this time, and they will double up and get ready to fire it up once again.
Always going to be the story of the night here. Here we go. We're doubled up, ready to rock and roll. Lights go off on the pace car. 2 laps to go here. Green, white, checkered. Final attempt tonight, boys and girls. This is it. Whatever happens here happens.
This is where it all comes down. This is what it happens. If you can control this restart, if I'm number 26 of Brendan Wilcox, I control this restart, I should have this in the bag. It's all about controlling this restart here.
Yeah, there's nothing else, right? You're not going to get another restart. So if you can control this one, get away, get a gap, you're okay. Again, it'll be 2 to go.
They are chasing down the back straightaway, 2x2, 2 to go here. Another green, white checkered. Hopefully they almost made it to the white flag. If they can stay consistent here, try not to push too hard, make it to that white flag, that's when the race will be on.
We're doing 1 more lap.
Oh, they're going to extend it. Here we go. Race control just an extended a lap of yellow here. There must be some restacking going on. Race control did extend the caution, so that means our anticipation's got to go up yet again for yet another lap.
This should be fun.
You ain't kidding, bro. This is going to be class. 99 of 121 here tonight. We were scheduled for 94. So we're getting into overtime territory, buddy.
Oh, don't know how I feel about this one.
Me neither. Also, fuel mileage. There's a couple of cars there that's right there on the numbers. We keep having these caution laps that might play a factor.
That very well could, but I think they have just enough fuel to make it through all these green-white checkers, especially since they had to pit several times before the last 10 laps.
Yes. Lights will go off, ready to go.
This time we are ready to go. We are in overtime for the second time again, ready to go here at Talladega Superspeedway.
Lights off, let's see what we got.
I'm excited.
I am too, buddy. I am too. Moment we've been waiting for. Here tonight. Right
It
here.
all comes down.
Man, oh boy. Let's get ready to partay, if you will. Are you ready
Oh,
to
boy.
party?
I'm ready for anything at this point.
Wilcox, Zimmerman, Tony, Kenny, Tucker, Skinner, Dennis, Richard, Logan, Zach, all in the top 10.
Who is going to come out on top? It could be anyone there. I'm putting my money right now, playing out. Brendan Wilcox has been in control of this race. I'm seeing him here in victory lane.
Yes. He's got a very good shot at it, if nothing else. We go. Exit turn 4 and let's find out, buddy.
I am ready.
Let the party get started. Out of turn 4, lights are off, fans on their feet, we're ready to go.
Pace car is going to take that turn slowly into pit lane, and they're going to be double file entering the tri-oval. Here we go.
No, 2 laps to go this time by. Here 2 to go right now. Green's in the air, let's go.
Wilcox get jumped just like he needed. He's going to be way out in front. He's going to jump to the outside, followed by number 65. He's going to control the inside there entering turn 1.
Go into 1. Wilcox a little bit too far out here. He's going to have to play both lanes. Here they come. Oh,
Getting loose there. Too much of a push in the turn. Want to be careful there.
look at my boy Zimmerman on the outside, big shove. Here we go. Man,
They are 2 by 2 entering turns 3 and 4. No one's giving an inch. This is what it comes down to. Zimmerman with the edge.
Zimmerman out front right now. He's got tons of help. The power of Kenny right behind him. He'll clear the bottom lane. Can they both get down? Oh boy, they
Number
are.
26 has no help, and here they come to the white flag. Once they take it, this race is official with whatever flag comes up next. This is it. White flag is out at Talladega Superspeedway.
Oh, wrecking behind them, but it's not going to matter. Cars
Not-
everywhere back here.
They're going to keep running it. The 26 of Brendan Zimmerman has 2 more turns at Talladega to go. Can he hold on to win this race?
I think
Number 5 jumps to the outside. No help there. 77's got to make his move exiting the turn here.
doing everything we can here. Get you the end of this race here. Zimmerman.
Here they go,
Out
making their
front.
move. He's going to throw the block. Zimmerman controlling this race 3 by 3. Zimmerman's going to take it 3 by 3 at the line.
And iRacing lost it. Brandon Zimmerman. Wow.
What a way this race turned out. I think that's the guy you chose, right?
Was. Zim. Got it. Wow.
That is one way to end at Talladega. Brendan Zimmerman, your race leader tonight. Race winner, sorry.
Wow. There you have it. Zim gets it done this evening. All that's left is talk to these guys. What a night.
Or 15, giving a nice little bump to the 65. He's going to pull across the start finish line. He's going to burn down some rubber for us tonight.
Yes, he did.
What an exciting race, Matt.
What a night. That's gonna. Brandon Zimmerman, Matt in the booth, get a copy, buddy.
Yes, sir. I got you, man.
Well, man, great job, buddy. You held on. Victory lane. You were my pick about 2 yellows ago.
I'm glad to know that, man. Fun race. I had Kenny behind me. He's not a teammate, but he's a good friend. Definitely wouldn't have won without him helping me the whole last 2 laps. But yeah, overall, just a great race. Able to keep it clean and stay out of trouble.
Well, man, you did a wonderful job, Brandon. You held on. You got the W. Congratulations.
Thank you, sir. I appreciate it, man.
Any sponsors, anybody you'd like to thank, buddy?
Yeah, again, shout out to Kenny. Yeah, he was definitely the one that got me the win there. Shout out to you guys for broadcasting it. Andrew for Racer Elites for putting this on.
All right, man. Well, congrats, buddy. Jacob, you got anything for him?
Just a great win, a great way to drive out there. You were able to control every restart from the end of the last 10 laps, and just a great drive out there, Brandon.
Thank you very much, man. I appreciate it.
Again, congrats, buddy.
Y'all have a good night. Appreciate it, man.
That's it. What's your thoughts that guys did battle the way they did?
My thoughts, I mean, it couldn't have gone any better than the way it did. They were fighting for every position. If me personally, if I were the 77 car running P2, I would have made my move a little bit early. I had that ride, but all in all, he still placed second, which is a great finish here at Talladega.
Yes, sir. Do you see Richard anywhere in the Discord by chance? There he is. I found him. Hey, Richard, Matt, and Matt.
Not like above the line.
Matt, up in the booth, get a copy. You got me there, bud?
I got you.
Alrighty, man. Officially at the moment, P2.
Yeah, it was a heck of a race. I really enjoyed it. Crazy at the end with the fuel mileage and everything else like that.
Yeah, with all the green light checkers, I figured you were getting kind of close.
Yeah, I kind of got a little bit more closer than I wanted to, but I think it was just one of those things. I think I think that extra lap under that one really started to kind of throw a wrinkle into a lot of people's plans and start putting them closer than they wanted to be, and I knew all heck was going to break loose the last 2 laps, so I just figured put myself in the best position possible.
Man, you did that last 2 laps. You put yourself in a tremendous position.
Yeah, I thought it was a heck of a run. You could feel the energy was starting to come a lot more at the end of with everyone pushing as hard as they can, but it's just, that's how these plate races are. You got to put yourself in a good position, time the moves exactly when you need them to be. Sometimes you do it too early or too late, you're just stuck where you are, but if you can time it right, you can get a pretty good finish out of it.
Oh. Great job. Anything from Jake?
Yeah, just moving down to that last lap. You're running that down there. When was your decision making to say, hey, I need to make this move now. I need to start making. When did that click for you running down that last lap?
Pretty much I had an idea of what was going to happen once I hit turn 3, and I knew as long as the 28 stayed in line, I knew he was going to try and get to the outside, and most of the time people just end up blocking high, and I think Ross did it a couple years ago when he won here. It's just, you stay on that bottom line. The only difference is I didn't really have any help. I just had a big run, and at that point I said, I'm just going to stick next to the yellow line, and just wherever I finish. It's one of those things that's kind of like you just hope it happens, and it kind of did, and it just, needed a little bit more of a distance there away from the 77 because I think I kind of got too close to him and we kind of touched there at the end. But that was I kind of knew in turn 3 this is where it was going to end up happening.
Sure.
Well, great run tonight. Thank you for stopping by for us.
All right, no problem, guys.
All right, man. Congrats, buddy.
All right, thank you.
Tony Brent finished P3. Seeing what he's. Yeah, he's in the. I can pull him in.
You got him?
Tony, it's Jacob and Matt in the booth. You got us?
Got you guys.
All right. How are you doing? You got P3 tonight at Talladega Superspeedway. I mean, how are you feeling? Lay out to me how you were feeling about that last lap coming down with the white flag.
Kind of just was gonna see if I could get a run and do anything with it. Wasn't really shaking out exactly the way I wanted it. So I was hoping to see like if someone was gonna get a run in my mirror or where I could try to make something happen, and got enough of a run, went to the outside. I actually had no clue the 78 was all the way down on the inside. I thought the 65 and I were kind of racing for it there. So I was a little bit surprised when I saw I got third, but I was less bummed when I saw that second and third paid the same, and yeah, I'll take it. These races are tough, and it gets a little bit wild there back in the pack, so definitely will take a third and head on out of here.
It's definitely the best way to look at it, especially at Talladega. Anything could have happened. You could have been involved in the big one early on, but you're able to stick it through, managed to make it to the very end of this race. And when was your decision making like, hey, I need to move now and make this outside run? When did that click for you on that last lap?
I pretty much like knew once kind of got shuffled there a little bit that is basically as soon as I got to his bumper, I had to go for it. Like if I had a run, obviously it's not for points, it's a one-off special event, so just kind of had it when you had enough steam built up. I would have been a little bit bummed if I didn't try something and see what happened with it. So I just knew if I could get enough of a run to get back to his bumper where I had a steam to go for it, if I didn't feel like I was going to be able to clear anything or make anything happen, then I was going to kind of settle in for third. So just kind of that chess match there.
Gotcha. I mean, you great run tonight, P3. I'm gonna go ahead and pass over to my buddy Matt, see if he has anything for you.
No, man. Congratulations. Great run there, bud.
Thank you. Before heading out, just want to thank the guys over at Texas Speed. Actually heard about this event from Daniel McConnell. He was the other Texas Speed car in the field tonight. His race, unfortunately, got cut short by a blinker, so that was a bummer deal there. But bunch of guys over at Texas Speed, good group of guys, and I just want to give a shout out to them.
10-4, man. What a great job, buddy.
Thank you guys for the broadcast, and like I said, happy to come out here with the top 3.
Yes, sir, man. Congrats.
Thank you.
All right, Jacob. There you have it. We made
One way